Hello everyone and welcome back to the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank. I am your host, Jordan or Prairies, you can call me either. And today we've got another miniature deck tech for you guys. It's another commander from Dominaria United. It's Orca Siege Demon, 5 red-black legendary creature demon from Dominaria United. She has Trample. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Orca Siege Demon. When Orca dies, it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of targets, and she's a 5/5. I really love the design of this card. It's a big beater with Trample that gets bigger as other creatures die, ideally as you keep swinging it at people, or by doing sacrifice things, or, you know, targeted removal. Any and all death matters to Orca. Now, 7 mana is a lot to ask, even in a casual format, but this color combo is perfect. It's chock full of rituals, as well as just the ubiquity of mana rocks in our format. This is going to be very easy for us to get out. What I really like about this card is the utility. I can build Orca as a Voltron commander. I can build it as a board wipe commander. I can build it as kind of a fling kind of strategy? Question mark? Pretty sure you get what I mean. So I just want to say for the record that for this deck tech, for this little mini deck tech, I've chosen that latter strategy as the focus. So we're going to be sacrificing Orca, allowing her to die after she's been buffed a bunch, and shotgunning each of our opponents, or hopefully all of them at once. But let's not waste any more time. First up on our list is Deathbringer Thaktar, 4 Rakdos, black and red, creature, zombie beast from Shards of Alara. Whenever another creature is put into a graveyard from play, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Deathbringer Thaktar. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Deathbringer Thaktar. Deathbringer Thaktar deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and it's a 3/3. So I've said this before, I'll say this 1,000 times. One of the most important rules in deck building, in my opinion, is redundancy. Redundancy being, in this context, the idea that if your commander has a strategy that you're building around, and someone keeps targeting your commander and you can't play it anymore because the commander tax is too high, or they lock it down with some piece of control, you still have pieces in your deck that do the similar thing to your commander, so that if your commander gets iced, you can still play the game and do your strategy. And that's where this lovable lug comes in. He literally has the exact same ability, or the exact same first ability as Orca. So as we're killing creatures around the board, it'll be buffing itself up. However, the one thing that distinguishes this from Orca is that we don't have to sacrifice Deathbringer Thaktar. All we have to do is remove the +1/+1 counters from him, and then we can start gunning down creatures or our opponents. Combine this with a damage multiplier like Torbran, or if you're balling on a large budget, you can include Fiery Omniscience, and then you're going to be getting in some work, boys. All right, next up, we got Strianic Resonator, 2 colorless mana artifact from Core Set 2014. Pay 2 and tap it. Copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. A triggered ability uses the words when, whenever, or at. So the way I want to take this deck is sort of a fling strategy where we sacrifice the creature with a large amount of power and we deal a bunch of damage to our opponents all at once. And in order to do that all at once, we definitely need multiple triggers for that ability. Strianic Resonator is our key. So it's pretty simple. Orca dies, the trigger goes on the stack, we pay 2 and tap Strianic Resonator in response. All of a sudden we have not 1 but 2 Orca death triggers to resolve, and that will spell a lot of trouble for our opponents. It's a shame that we can't double or triple all that damage for cheap, right? Wrong. I got Unleash Fury coming up next. 1 and a red, instant from Core Set 21. Double the power of target creature until end of turn. So I know that stuff like Fiery Omniscience is like $10 million, and that's why Unleash Fury, while it's an instant, you can't really do it more than once or twice or 3 times if you're in red, which we are, so no. Let's say Orca's at a 10/10, you cast this card, all you gotta do is pay 2 mana, she turns into a 20/20. That's pretty tasty, that's pretty spicy, that's very delicious, if you catch my drift. This card also works great if you're building her as a Voltron strategy. If you're swinging out, all of a sudden you can turn 11 power into lethal commander damage, and that's very good too. Up next is a card that I really love for commanders with high mana value. It's Stinging Study. 4 and a black instant from Commander 2021. You draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. So this card is really great for any commander, obviously, that has an above average CMC. Orca is a 7 CMC commander, so we'd be paying 5 with Stinging Study to draw 7. That's a whole new hand. And honestly, we're gonna need a whole new hand if they keep poking us like this. My God, that would actually hurt so bad. I'm literally looking at this art mortified. That's literally how my hand felt after doing like 3 essays when I was taking all APs in high school. My God. Anyways, if you're worried about the life loss, look, losing 7 life over 1 spell is a lot, I admit. But if you equip Orca with something like Basilisk Collar, for example, you'll be gaining a bunch of life back and it won't even matter, baby. Dang, and just like that, we are on our last card already. Guys, before we get into it, if you really enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what list you'd like to see next, what mini deck tech you'd like to see next. I'm always down in the comment section, so come on down and have a chat with us. All right, and with this last pick, I am straying away, unfortunately, from the EDH Jank Center moniker of it being, you know, budget friendly and everything. This is Repercussion, 1 red enchantment from, what is it from? Urza's Destiny. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, Repercussion deals that much damage to that creature's controller. Good lord, this card is crazy. So this card can enable Orca to be a board wipe as well as damage direct to our opponents. So all that damage from the Orca death trigger that we want to spread out to all of our opponents' creatures that are problematic, all that damage will also be inflicted to their controller's face. So with Repercussion out on the field, we don't have to worry about choosing between, oh, do I target these creatures and destroy them, or do I deal damage to my opponent's face? We can target the creatures and still deal the damage to our opponent's face. We get the best of both worlds. Or put much more simply, you make Orca a 15/15 and swing out with her. Anyone who chooses to block is still taking 15 damage to their face. Oh, and Orca has Trample. I think I forgot about that until just now. Oh my god. Everyone give it up for Orca. What a great design. And just like that, we are done with the video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. If you really dug the content, make sure you check out the Patreon. My link to the Patreon is in the description. We have lots of cool benefits for patrons, including a patron-only Discord where we're hopefully going to be starting up spell table games amongst me and the patrons, amongst you guys as well. If you guys want to organize games yourself, you can do that too. And also, if you want to see things like a full Orca deck list or a full Orca deck tech video, join the Patreon because you can participate in monthly polls where I'll be asking you what you want to see from me. We got lots of cool stuff going on, so make sure you go down there in the description and check it out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you on the next video.